Oh God, just a second, think I might have slept it. I'm the one who made this bed, I gotta rep it. Ain't no rest for the wicked or the selfish. But maybe there's another way to say that I like to our boss when I calls you. Anything that is called would have fall through. Got a couple nights and they are all for you. We've been so unattached that I think I need to connect. Cause can't fall asleep alone. No, I can't. Think I still need you on your phone. I still need you on my phone. Can't fall asleep alone. I can't. And I just miss the way you go. Oh yeah. And I hate the way we left it, pretending being selfish. But you know I cannot help it, 'cause I'm not the best with helping. Still need you on the phone. 'Cause I can't fall asleep alone. Can't fall asleep alone. Still need you on the phone. Can't fall asleep alone. Just miss the way you go.
It's funny how the world keeps turning. Stars like lighters in the sky keep burning, burning. It's crazy how the storms keep raging. And I'm here trying to keep my heart from aching. It's funny how the world keeps turning. But here with you, it's like my life's returning. Whoa, it's crazy how we're not just falling. But I'm losing balance here, my heart's gone all in, all in. Starlight burning in the night sky. This feels like a lifetime moment with you. One day things will turn out better. We could be together. We could be together underneath the stars. We could be together. We could be together underneath the stars. When I see you, I see forever. And when I'm with you, we could go wherever. It's crazy, I don't feel the pressure. So take me with you on a new adventure. Starlight burning in the night sky. This feels like a lifetime moment with you. One day things will turn out better. We could be together. We could be together
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the mini RPG of the week. My name is Quantum Deathcat. I am here with Drizzly Bear. How are you, my new friend?
What's good, people? What is up, Quantum Deathcat? Hello, welcome back to another mini RPG of the week. What is it? Season 2, episode 4. We're binging this every week, once a week. How are you doing?
Hey, it's just like an anime, right? And when it's good, you keep coming back to watch some more. And plenty of players actually come back to play some more as well. It's almost like they're addicts at this point, right? They just come back every week just to keep on trying to win, but there's only one player that can do so.
And you know what? We are practicing good business by offering, a taster for free. You can watch it for free. You can join the mini RPG of the week yourself. Hit up the Twitter, hit up the Discord, find all the links in all the relevant places. And today we have a bit of a treat for you. Winter Wonderland? Ooh.
Yes.
I heard that we had a bit of a, what was it, map of the day recently that was an ice map. I'm wondering, will this be reminiscent of that? And,
Yeah, a couple of days was an ice map today, and obviously that just participated about an hour ago. So, started off about an hour ago, just ended 15 minutes ago, so players have fresh ice on their mind. Well, we're back into a wintry state when it comes to the mapping. However, it is more of a tech track this time around, so it's not exactly going to be the ice physics that everyone absolutely... Trackmania does not hate ice whatsoever. They absolutely 100% love ice, but you know what they love more? They love right? Tech is absolutely the most beloved because it's the most competitive.
Yeah. I do have a confession to make. I'm a bit of a filthy casual at this game, but the first thing that I grew enamored with was driving backwards and the ice mechanics. So I may be a bit of an outlier when it comes to having opinions on Trackmania, but yeah, it's got a little bit of well, I'd say it probably has a bit of a technical ceiling compared to most RPGs we've seen so far. But we'll see how the drivers feel their way through and figure out what the optimal route is through this RPG map.
Yeah, obviously.
For those of you who are, you go ahead. I was just going to tell people about where New Alaic was, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Let's talk about Alex later, right? Like,
yeah.
We could throw him under the bus. In
Absolutely.
So, sorry for cutting you off. I thought you were just throwing it off to me. Man, I feel bad.
Go ahead.
I feel bad. Hey, listen, guys. All right, we've got ourselves a tough map coming, right? We've got another 25-minute warm-up time, right? To pretty much get our bearings on things. Normally it's 15 minutes for a couple of day and such, right? It's normally 15 minutes, and last season most maps were 15 minutes. This time around we're at 25 minutes, and this lap is a minute 30 for a good lap. So it's gonna be a really tough one, I think, today, because not only is it going to be tight, and not only is it going to be long, it's going to be a mix of endurance along with a long ride, especially if we have over 60 people, which I think we will, because we nearly have that every single week at this point.
Yeah, I mean, as Trackmania, as MROTW grows week to week, more players join, but then some players are more daunted by maps like this. But seeing this coming into it and like testing the skills that you might not have been testing in the last couple of weeks really keeps you on your toes week to week. You have to be a well-rounded driver to do well, but you have to be an even better. You have to be cream of the crop, Macho Man Randy Savage to get that top spot on the podiums and finish it out to the end. So that 25 minutes, you're going to want to use every last juicy second of that, lest you fall into the back of the pack early on. But, it is elimination round by round, so maybe you can stay with the pack for a little bit and figure it out. There are a lot of things to look out for. These technical things, talk me through them. There's like tight passages, there's pathfinding, there's I don't want to spoil some of the important tricks that will be key to completing a good lap, but talk me through like tight passages. Like, is that going to be like a lot of pipes, do you think, or what are we going to expect from our drivers here?
So I'm going to expect more of a tightrope style of lap here, especially where it says here on my trusty little pamphlet here. Thank you very much, Alex. We have a wonderful little pamphlet here that just tells us everything we need to know as we head onto the map here to start it off and go underwater right away, and no one knows where to go. And then we go into a really tight section for that first checkpoint. That already looks really tough, but apparently it's checkpoint 3 to 5 that we got to watch out for. Only 7 checkpoints for a 90-second lap. So got to really watch out for that as, ooh, he nearly touches the no brakes there, does Lingo. As he heads up to the second checkpoint, gets it, and then we'll go under the ground once again. Tries not to touch the water, does good not to do so. And then we'll jump up in the air over all the broken beats of road. We'll go into the water now and find, oh, that's sneaky. That's cheeky.
That's tricky. It looks like you're in like one of those, you know, bowling alley slash laser tag type arcades, you know?
Yes.
Just all the black lights in the dark and you're crawling through the crawl space. You're like, you're on a mission. You're on a mission to find this finish line in the fastest way possible. You're a little secret agent crawling around. Just a little guy.
If you've ever played the old Hot Wheels games from like the mid-2000s, like Hot Wheels Beat That, right? Where it was all about playing, let's say, in the bedroom, in the bowling alley, as you just gave an example to, right? And it's exactly that, right? Little toy cars, and you're just playing in the bowling alley, trying to find all the little passageways and finding all the secrets. And that's what Lingo's doing right now. He's showing off what this map's all about, and I think he's taking some quite unconventional lines, as that was 1:40 of his time still taken. And there's only 16 minutes left, and we could see that there are passages that, it's gonna be tough. Today is not gonna be a fun day for a lot of players, I think.
I think this one might be a struggle, especially when you're doing this exploratory part of your drive-through, trying to find that quickest route. If you've split off just from the group of people that end up somehow finding the fastest way, you're dead in the water. You're not going to be able to like make big comebacks on this map, it doesn't seem. And if you can't figure it out now, well, by Job, you better figure it out by the time the actual elimination rounds come along. We're here with Yannick's at the moment. Oh, I think the start seems to be quite straightforward, right? It seems to be kind of like,
The first, I'd say, 3 checkpoints is very straightforward.
Yeah.
I would say, however, that the difficulty will come in remembering the line and also finding all the little optimizations. Obviously, for these long laps, there's also going to be a long cooldown, or after a round ends, let's say, right? When someone finishes, it's going to take a very... Ooh, that won't be fun if that were to... Oh, okay. And then he gets bumped down. Of course he does. All right. Yeah, sure, that could happen. Yeah, that's brutal. But as I was going to say, the time after someone finishes, right? You still have plenty of time. So 2 weeks ago, we had a really, really tough map where you had to find your way through 7 checkpoints, and you could take them in practically any order, right?
Oh wow!
And so some laps were, or some players were doing 40-second laps, others were doing 38-second laps, right? Others were doing 42-second laps. And some were obviously safer than others because of that. And so right now, what players are doing is trying to figure out a nice little line that they could do. Oh, that's maybe a cut that you could do for checkpoint 7.
With the tech.
Oh, that's tough.
Looks tight.
That is tight. Oh, that's maybe a bit too tight. Will players risk this? Oh, that looks way too tough. You got to go so wide. Because or else you're giving yourself too much of a sharp angle. Hockey style.
Oh, but maybe if you can get the momentum of the back of your car to whip enough, you can maybe just skirt it with enough momentum forward. Oh, maybe not, though. I gotta ask, why was this not the Halloween track? Because this is full of tricks and treats. And Yannick's, I think that's a treat. Oh, my goodness. I don't think that'll be RTA viable, but maybe we'll see it. Oh,
you doubt the TM community now. Oh, no, you don't do that. By the end of this, we're going to have like 1:20 laps, I think.
Oh, yeah. I remember,
yeah,
I think it might have been a Black Pulse map that was like maybe a month or two ago now, where he had said like the GPS time was like 52 seconds. I'd be happy to see like a 50-second broken or something like that, and people were doing like 47s by the end of the RPG, and I was like, okay, I see you guys. I see what you're up to, you naughty little bears.
That was with the ice ending, right? I do believe.
Yeah, it might have been.
That one was terrific. Honestly, like it was a really tough one. That map was very wonderful though, and I think a lot of players liked it, but I think they liked the challenge more than anything.
Yeah, big time. I mean, that's why you enter these things, right? Especially when you have a technical behemoth like this one. I think we're seeing there is the big boost turnaround where it has the brake, or is it brake or engine off at the bottom of that deep slope.
That is brakes off. So
That's
no
brakes
brakes
off. It looks.
Yeah.
That looks horrifying.
So that means you have no more brakes, right? Whatever
Yeah.
happens up until the next checkpoint, until you hit a reset block.
Yeah.
You have no more brakes. That is not fun in a game where, especially in a map like this, where
I was going to say,
it is
this
very
looks like a
technical.
full send map. I don't know why you'd be afraid of no brakes here.
Well, maybe like going that way, where like the way they're not going is somewhat slower, and I don't doubt that it is, which is why everyone's turning around. But at the same time, I think some players are going to go for the slow routes just to be able to finish, right? Because at some point, right, you're probably going to be able to get top 20 just by being able to finish in the first place.
Yeah.
And I remember during the RPG map, the pathfinding map that I was talking about, that had 7 different checkpoints and everyone could take in them in any
Yeah, the
order.
Build-A-Bear one, you can do it in any order. People were doing the 42, the 40, and the 38-second variants of the... Yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't doubt that players are going to not really care about going for the fastest route at the start, right? Because obviously your only goal is to stay in. And so at that point, early on in the map, if you could finish, you stayed alive. That's all that mattered. And so we'll see the GPS here, and from Nico Jim, it's looking really fast off the start, actually. Very, very tight as well.
Ooh, a lot of airtime. Weird landing there.
They're following the GPS. This is what the GPS is doing.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need to follow the GPS though, right? Because obviously there is some pathfinding to be done if you want to do so. There's probably maybe a skip that you could find. Nudge, nudge.
You know, GPS is the way it's been explained to me, and the way I will, I suppose, repackage and paraphrase is that they're like a YouTube tutorial that maybe has like too many steps to it. You know, you could probably click around a bit and find the bits you're looking for. I don't know if that tracks for people's experience for the most part, but you know, maybe there's some things you can take from like the early bits of it where like that's going to be the same pretty much no matter what, but then in the middle sections, you know, the optimizations need to be made, and maybe that's what you're looking for. You're kind of looking for like checking your homework, you know?
Well, more like double, triple checking your homework, right?
Yeah, big time.
So obviously you want to start somewhere. You want to be able to know what you can do. Obviously there's that skip at the end already that we know about, that Yannick's hit after like the 10th attempt, and just that can save you easily 5 seconds, right, over that GPS. And I'm sure that there's many other skips and cuts that that players can find. I'm sure players like Lars or Marius have already found them actually, but Marius probably just doing the safe routes. As I said, as long as you can finish, you're probably getting top 20, right? And so even if you finish up to like 10 seconds behind everyone, by the time you reach top 20, that's the only point where you're going to start feeling like, okay, I'm probably going to get eliminated with a -10, but that's the entire point, right? Like, if you just want a high score, right, against players who you probably shouldn't be beating, but they're probably going to make massive mistakes because it's a map that's this difficult, well, yeah, just do it the safe way, and you're going to be A-okay.
Yeah, I think as well, with a map of this length, you're absolutely right. I think the variance between runs is either going to be massive by the end of it, or there's going to be like a fairly consistent safe route that you can just stick to and make it to top 20, no problem. But like, a mistake on a map like this is going to hurt maybe a lot more than your typical RPG or your typical mini RPG map. And maybe those household names like Marius and all those Astronautum, you know, a fan favorite, might be seeking to stick with consistency over those faster routes and hopefully take it to the end. You know, walk it over the line rather than really push it. We'll see. We'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see, indeed. Obviously, a lot of these names, they're not necessarily household names when it comes to the highest tier of Trackmania community, but it's a lot of players that a lot of people know, right? Like your Zumius, who is actually a very good Dutch player, but is not necessarily like, let's say, your Trackmania Grand League player, right? Obviously, he's just a name that you see a lot because he does a lot of competitions, and you know, okay, yeah, he's half decent. He could have a really good positioning. You could say the same thing about a lot of these players, actually, to be fair. You have Black Pulse, who's playing Amaterasu, right? Players who are, like, really solid that you see play a lot. Marius, Lars, Ice. You have a lot of these players just up and about. I think Lucker's Turbo is actually playing today again. And so, again, just
shout out.
Solid player. Of course. Solid shout out to my co-caster many a time. Guy's amazing. Guy's great.
I think that's all to say that, like, much like anything, if you play enough mini RPG of the week, any Trackmania at all, and just like get your hands dirty, get involved with the community, just put some elbow grease into it, you're gonna get to know people, you're gonna see familiar names from week to week, and you're gonna start being part of a community, you know? And that's what this is about, you know?
Yeah, it is what it's about. Oh, obviously, I thought we were watching the GPS for a second there, but but no, he's actually playing, as well as having driven the GPS. So that's not gonna screw us up whatsoever, right?
Surely
the fact that the GPS driver is also racing in the race, that's not gonna cause a problem whatsoever. It's not like he has an advantage of any sort over everyone because he knows how to play the map somewhat. No, indeed.
Lord forbid anyone be at some kind of advantage or disadvantage compared to other drivers. What, you drive more than I do? You put practice in and effort? I think that's unfair.
Very much so. Could you imagine practicing?
Couldn't be me.
No. I think Lingo is the only player who I think he still named himself Keep Practicing at this point in time. That's still his nickname in game. But if it still is, that's the only player who tells people to keep practicing. And sadly, I don't think he means it in a nice way.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I will bite and hold my tongue. I mean, I can't be firing any shots. If I needed to practice, I wouldn't be behind the microphone right now. Goodness knows I'm too good for this.
Oh yeah, the reason why you only hear my voice is because I'd be too powerful if I actually did play, right? So I stopped myself from playing by casting only, obviously, right? I'm too good to play.
It's a self-imposed power limiter, you know.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
me, I use because I'm a pro gamer. I dance the dance with the best of them. I use a Switch Pro controller, which has the most drift of any controller ever constructed by man, myth, or machine. And it's a self-imposed challenge. It's like Rock Lee with his weights in Naruto. It's like Goku with the training vest and the training weights. You know how it is?
Yeah. Now, when if this game goes cross-platform, right, and comes to Steam, I think you're going to be hard-pressed to find out that the Steam Deck has gyro controls.
Oh, wow.
People might be playing this game with gyro controls real soon.
We're about to see Mario Kart Wii-ass players. If that's you, I want to see it. If you can win a mini RPG of the week with the gyro controls, I will give you a pat on the back because I am not liquid. But if I was, that would be money. That would be cash money.
That would be very, very cash money. A lot, very, very much so cash money, I would say. And honestly, content, right? But that's not something that we've not seen before, right? Obviously, legends of the game have played Trackmania on the weirdest of controllers. Gwen has won Cup of the Day before, a competition where thousands of players play, right? With only using his mouse. Only his mouse. Right?
I think New Lake told me about that actually.
And a couple of years ago, a player who is now disgraced and has been banned from the community for cheating actually played in the live event of the Cup of the Day and was able to modify one of those old Nintendo 64, not Nintendo 64, GameCube DK bongos.
Right, I was going to bring this up. I'm a fighting game player, right? I've played Super Smash Bros. Melee for a lot of my life, and there's many a strange controller I've seen in my life, and maybe the best one I've ever seen was at Air 4 in Nottingham, 6 years ago now. Someone had modified a Bop It to be a GameCube controller analog. And they weren't bad. They weren't bad. It was the funniest thing.
I mean, when you're comfortable, right? That's the great thing, is that no matter how weird your controls are or your controller is, right? Yeah. You're just comfortable, and that's all that matters. Those players that play with the weirdest settings on CSGO, or that champion in COD that plays with sound backwards because he plays better for some reason.
Incredible.
Imagine playing with inverted sound. Imagine trying to aim in Counter-Strike while having inverted mouse, right? Some players have inverted mouse.
Inverted mouse, unreal.
It's nuts, right? And a few pro players back in the day had inverted sound as well. That's more of an oldie style of thing, right? And so as long as you're comfortable, that's all that matters. And a lot of players have the weirdest comfort zones, right? And you're like, I could not be comfortable with that.
It's funny because it's those things that you don't see characters like that like anywhere else in the world. Like, are you gonna go to the office and someone uses their keyboard upside down? No, you're gonna go into the mini RPG. You're gonna do Cup of the Day. You're gonna do whatever competition it is, and there's gonna be someone who's inexplicably good, using some kind of cursed seal of some forbidden black knowledge and magic, and they could play better than you. You know?
Yeah. Oh, play better than me. Oh man, that just makes me think of the legend that was Technoblade playing Minecraft and completing it with only a steering wheel.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Shout outs to a legend. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to that legend. But yeah, he beat Minecraft at 9 hours with only a steering wheel, man. Like that's hard to do. And that's like, how good do you need to be to pick up a random controller, having never played with it before, and just, I beat a game within a day using a controller that makes absolutely no sense to play this game on with.
Try explaining that to your family at Christmas, folks.
Man, I got beat by some guy on a Steam Deck.
What the heck?
Well, 24 seconds
for
left.
Real. 34 seconds left and did 20 even. And we're seeing people eking out that last attempt at that shortcut at the end. Do you think they're going to have it locked and loaded in time for the last round?
Oh, not whatsoever. But they're going to try, and that's the important part. They're going to try. Players like Yanix have already done a 128.4, and so we know that it is possible to go really, really fast. Let's see how much faster they could be now that the rounds will start. Ladies and gentlemen, the players have had time to play, and as buggy as this game looks, I think this is content, if anything.
I don't know if that's compressed on the viewers' end, but for us, there are some
JPEG completely
artifacts.
is.
Okay, large map. Oh, hey chat, how many people are gonna? Got you. No players eliminated this round. we like to be a little silly over here.
Oh, of course. Who doesn't like a little bit of trolling?
When Daddy's not home, the mice get to play, and Alex is not with us today. Nualeg is not with us today because he's suffering from a little bit of impotence. That is to say, his internet's not working, and also something else. But that's why we're here with you today, and we're on board with Lucker's Turbo. Let's see what he's going to end up doing with this first round. He's kind of sussing out the competition. He's kind of staying nearer. Where is he? Like middle of the pack? Is he kind of?
Kind of like.
Yeah, he's actually top of the pack. What am I talking about? I'm smoking that good weed today, folks. Double resets actually might be a big part of finishing this map in good time as well. Just get those angle changes if you miss one of those wide turns.
Yeah, I agree with that, honestly. It's actually really safe to do, too, right? Instead of, obviously, it's not as fast, but if you mess up at all, you can absolutely save yourself with a good respawn. And obviously, a good respawn is better than a bad checkpoint altogether, right? So...
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, how long does it take you to turn in a circle in a car? You know?
An F1 car especially, forever. And Liker... already doing the 129. He got it first try. And let's... Ooh, is Turbo going to go for it? No, he's not. Okay, he's not going for the
I think we got a peek, a temptation just taking over there. The dog in them was chasing a car down the road. And it was just like, no, wait, Rusty. Not now. Later, maybe. We can bust out that move when it comes down to the wire. But now we're seeing... Ooh, Matkea. I think we're still okay, right? We're watching people kind of figure out if they're a finisher, if they're a closer, you know.
13
I think
people have finished so far.
Yeah. I think you were exactly right. If you finish it, you're going to be top 20, let's say. We have a load of DNFs. We have like 5, 6. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but don't worry. It's just no knockout.
No knockout, yeah.
I'm
Yannick's
going to
just
guess.
having a ball.
How many players do you guess are going to go out first round, right? Because we have 55 players.
We have 2.5 minutes for to finish, right? Depending, I guess.
Yeah. About 60 seconds.
I want to say like 9.
Only
maybe
9.
more. It's because we have like 55 players. I'm kind of like half trying to think of percentage versus how many people are going to take it slow now that they know they're going to be eliminated and they're going to do the calm and sure way of finishing the race. And maybe it will be enough for VTech just fighting tooth and nail at the back here. I'd say this turnaround on the boost is going to be the death knell for some of our drivers. Maybe not.
I mean, that's the safe way. That is the safe way. So,
yeah.
He got back up. So a lot of players making mistakes, like Laveau here, who finds himself down into the bottom. Ooh, not in the bottom 4 anymore. Even with that mistake, look at this. It's only checkpoint 2. And
sometimes you drive into a wall, folks. Sometimes in life you find yourself trying to move forward, and you drive into a wall. What more is there to it? You know, sometimes it's not something you can help. Sometimes it is, but you know, who's to say, really?
Big fight in the front between Ice and Lars, though. Obviously, they're not in trouble whatsoever, as Laveau still doing... Oh, no, this is Stilo still doing this checkpoint here, and I think with that, he is out. So, with that being said, we already have 5 players technically already out of the running because they are too far behind.
Yeah.
Let's see if any more go out, though.
Ooh. It's... I'm praying for them. I'm hoping for them. I want my 9 people to be eliminated. Yes, that's right. I am praying for 4 of your downfalls. Maybe, no, 5? 5? There was only 4 people obliged to be eliminated, and I want 5 more of you to come down with the ship.
I feel like there's a couple more than just 5, though, that are going to go down with it. I feel like 16 in total are going to fall. Honestly, this is really tough for a lot of these players, and that's a yep hole right there, or a yep wall. More of a yep hole wall. There you go. Much better.
Folks, get your yep pull walls in chat.
Just get your QDCs in chat, alright? Get the Quantum Wildcat experience. As a few players continue to finish. 35 have finished so far, with 13 more seconds left. How many more can finish here?
Oh, Yorshmi Voleche, let's go.
Oh,
no! Not like this.
No finish for him, and it seems like 18 players have been eliminated. Double what you have thought of before.
Fool that you are. Where I live right now, it is double number day. 9 was 18 the whole time.
That's true. And everyone's already in the top 40. Just like that, just because you finished. Just because you finished within 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
And that's almost exactly what you said. Double 20 was 40. If you just finished, you were making it top 40. And here we
Just
go.
like that.
Our second run. We might see top 8 sooner than you imagine, folks.
Top 8 might just be next round at this rate.
Okay.
Nico Jim, who actually drove the
GPS?
for this map, and he's in the bottom 4. Was it not? Because I saw Nico Jim for the GPS. Alright. I thought he was the GPS. Oh well.
We're on board with a couple of players fighting at the back, but it seems like even at the back of the pack, the gap between players is just like large, maybe insurmountable. It's rough.
Meanwhile,
one
at the
out
front,
there, folks.
it's really tight, right? You got Ice and Lars constantly fighting for that lead. You had Liker normally up there as well. He's probably made a mistake, though, to fall down. And even at this point, right, Nikajim, who's behind by 10 seconds, is in the 20s, right? So at this point in time, you're 30 seconds behind if you're Walj and now Jojo here, and you're stuck in a spot of worry. Obviously, you have a minute to finish after Ice, Marius, Yannick's Liker finish, right? But that's going to be a rough call to do, right? Because now everyone knows how to finish this map within 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Now you got to do it within, let's say, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And even then, you're probably still in the red.
That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sometimes, like, Stacy just asks Chad to homecoming, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes you are just the kid who didn't want to go to sports day when it was cross country day or something, you know. This you're more of a table tennis guy, and you're being forced to run this marathon of a race, and you know you're doing your best, but like there's people who are just a little more fine-tuned for this kind of thing.
Oh, of course. There's obviously those people who come to a marathon more prepared than others, right? But like the New York Marathon recently happened, right? And a duck finished in 9.5 hours, right? So if a duck can finish a marathon in 9.5 hours, you can finish a marathon in 9.5 hours, right? I think that's a pretty good estimate, right?
Yeah. You don't give up until the final bell rings and NDY22!
Oh, no! You tried.
Imagine they clutched it with that. Now it's just a pride. It's a pride thing. 2,
It is.
1.
It is.
And
I
we've
think it would have
only
been
lost
in, too.
Yeah, it looked so close. Are those cars front or back wheel drive? They're front wheel, aren't they?
Pretty sure they're all-wheel.
They're all wheel. Oh. I am showing my whole ass, and these players are showing all of their skill today, folks.
What, are you wearing assless chaps over there?
Here, look. You only see me from the shoulders up. What I'm wearing below the waist is of no concern to you. And for
You
the
only
most
see
part,
my neck. What I wear below that, that's no concern to you.
Oh, we're here with an Irish hometown hero, Bazut. Oh my days! Drag yourself up, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, please. Not like this.
Oh man, hometown hero, and yeah, he's not gonna have a parade if he continues like this, right? Obviously, you want a parade when you come back home.
Absolutely, and the reset might give them. Oh, geez, they're like that person who's like the short person in a fight, and the big tall person is just holding them back by the forehead, and they're just swinging their stubby little arms. You do your best, Bazut. I believe in you.
Stop making fun of me. I know I'm 5'4", all right.
Whoa! Shout outs to my short kings. Your day will come. Your day in the sun. You will be beloved, and the kingdom of God will be yours. But until that day, I will flaunt and stretch my 5'8" appendages, my towering and colossal height.
Well, a towering colossal compared to me, right? Now, if you go up against someone who's Dutch, that's a different story, right?
Is that why they're all at the top half of the leaderboard?
Of
Do
course,
they feed
because
them
they're
something else? As they're
like behemoths. They're somehow all 6 feet tall, right? Even the ladies are like 6 feet tall over in in the Netherlands, right?
You go to a cafe, you get yourself a cup of coffee and a brownie, and suddenly you're starting to feel real nice. Maybe there's something to that. Maybe we should all embrace that a little more. And maybe it'll calm the nerves and help people eke over that finish line. I think we are seeing our elimination car right here. We're going to follow them to the end, but maybe not. Have we seen Mange Moi Boilet finish the race? Maybe.
Mange-moi le balai has not finished just yet, but let's see if he does. Because a lot of players are going for this risky finish, and VTech isn't. And so, he might jump out of the bottom four. He takes the last spot, the orange spot, and Nemo Jr. is out. One of the favorites, actually, of most RPG of the weeks. He does not have a good time on this map, it seems.
That is unfortunate. Oh, I think we're getting a bit of an error here. It says Bazut is eliminated. I think that must be wrong. Yeah. So
he clearly won that round.
We are into our 4th round now. Clearly a visual glitch in the Matrix. Wake up, Neo! Wake up, Neo! They're coming for you in the office. The man in the
Mr. Smith.
Suit
He's changed something in the Matrix.
Oh my days! And now we're seeing like most people fairly together now. This is kind of like the top half of the pack, the 50th percentile, let's say, of the lobby today. We're on board with Yogg, kind of keeping pace with the back, but not Britney Spears. Oh, a second attempt. We're seeing all 4 cars at the end here, struggling to keep up with the rest of the pack, not hitting that brake pad at the back, stopping you from having as much control as you'd like in these finer tuned corner turning. Oh, the awkward angles. You need your brake pads, folks. Get them checked. Get your oil changed. Get your oil levels. You know, make sure everything's... Oh, and they crossed the line so they could reset quickly. That was... Geez, fortunate for them. VTech at the back. Another reset. Ooh, just maybe not getting the right angle and speed.
Ooh,
We're through the crawl space, folks. Tommy Pickles on an adventure. Chucky Finster leading in front. And a deep fresh of fresh air. A fresh of fresh air? You know it, folks. Breathing is hard. And so is speaking.
That's why in Spaceballs they had cans of Aerie, right? Because it was hard to breathe otherwise. They needed the oxygen.
That's exactly right. And you need oxygen to make good decision making. Here's the example of that cam 1 and 2 thing that was maybe laid out for us in some little program notes by production. It's a little easier to drive in that tight crawl space with cam 1 and cam 2 than cam 3, I think, was laid out for us. And
yeah,
it is working out a little bit, but like, here's another idiosyncrasy of me as a driver. Speaking of people who play with weird controllers, I don't play with weird controls. I didn't know there were other cameras, and there was one of the campaign maps for like summer that was an ice map. I drove it all in like cam 3 or some shit. And Nualaic was like, he was trying to bully me afterwards, but I was too God King Chad mode for him to say anything. It was just like, you did it. I don't know how you did it, but you did it.
Exactly, because doing a in first person on top of that, the ice map in first person is so much harder, right? Because you can't see where you're turning.
Yeah.
Because you're turning a counter, right? You're pulling a Cars movie move, right?
Yeah, it's all game sense, baby.
At that point, it has to be as, it seems like Vetek is out, so is Walgen, and so is Mange-moi le balai and Britney Spears. No.
Mais non, mais non.
Mais non, not the Britney Spears.
Ceci n'est pas possible. Oh.
Ceci n'est pas possible.
C'est fou.
Oh, mais non.
Mais non, mais non, mais non.
Deploy, that's what you sound like, I'm sorry.
And back to the match, folks. Okay. Simon, give us the turn. Give us the juicy turn. Do it for us, baby.
Thank you,
Launch
Simon.
yourself. Ooh, and that's a nice landing angle. A perfect yeet.
A perfect.
Put that on Vine, baby. Get it out there. Send it to the masses.
I forgot Vine was a thing for so long now, man. Right?
Oh, like it was a thing, and then there was going to be Vine 2, and then Elam's Husk was like, I'm bringing Vine back, and then it's like, bro, that's just TikTok now. Take it easy.
Wait, didn't Vine become Musical.ly, which then became TikTok, though?
No, Vine didn't become Musical.ly. Musical.ly was just a lip-syncing dancing app from like...
No, but didn't they merge or something? Pretty sure they merged.
Well, Musical.ly became TikTok eventually, but I don't think
Right.
Vine was. I don't think it was acquired by anyone like that. But you know what
Was it
was
not?
acquired?
Hmm.
This bottom spot by Jozo TM. I'm sorry to do you like that, but we have to sometimes talk about what's on screen. That was a
Man,
nice little
that's-
navigation of that little waterway.
It definitely
Okay.
was, but I think so far him being in last place, I think I have to quote his clan tag. It is definitely a bruh on his end.
Oh, sheesh, yo. Sheesh, as the kids would say.
You're not doing the sheesh right, man. You gotta put a little bit more energy into it, man. You gotta go like sheesh. Or I was probably cut off by Discord there, but
you
well.
did peak the mic a little bit, and we're about to see the peak of competition right now as these people fight tooth and nail for these last few microseconds. We saw two drivers off to the left attempting that risky fin,
Oh, what a
and it might have
landing.
been too little too late.
Is Nalax
pun.
through?
Use! Make it! Yes!
Oh. So Nalax is just through. Jozo is out in 23rd. Darjan
Darjan.
is the last place finisher.
You know what? I thought some of those players were trying to go out in a blaze of glory, but I think someone might have actually snagged at the end there with that risky fin. I maybe it was a trick of the eye again, but
I
Down
think
to our
Nalax
22.
might have done it. I think
Maybe.
that was Nalax there.
yeah. Jeez, this even the start looks like really tricky to do fast, and then the CP3 to CP5 section is just there's so much that can go wrong. It's just like, if you don't take this angle right to keep grip and forward momentum so that you can get the turn right and then do this little hairpin, jeez Louise, there's so much.
There's a lot to remember for this map, right? And obviously,
Yeah.
the players are only getting faster and faster. I mean, Yannick has done a 1:26.00. At this point, he could do a 1:25. Already 5 seconds faster than what the mapper 4 seconds faster than what the mapper intended the fastest possible time to be.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the only other players who have even come close to that have been Lars, Enix, and Liker, who have all gone sub 1:30, which is still faster than the time the mapper put in, and who is probably extremely impressed by, especially Yannick's, I would say, and his time after not even an hour of playing his map and absolutely crushing his fastest time.
Yannick, I take it all back, baby. Don't mind what I was saying earlier. Clearly you are the GOAT, and I shouldn't have been questioning you trying to figure out that risky fin in the warm-up rounds. Please take me back, baby.
Oh,
you know
no,
what?
Dennis.
Those Luckers finding themselves in a little spot of trouble.
Yes, he is, along with Shadenis and Zimius, who
Ooh,
all
no.
find themselves in the bottom 4, and that's
Turbo,
disastrous.
please. Show me a
He only
good
has
time.
one
Let's see
chance
this
at this,
last
really.
leg. Let's see you bring it back. Bring it back for me, baby. That's what I'm talking.
No!
I spoke too soon. I think they're eliminated. I think they're gone.
That was his chance right there. Bands just finished in 18th. That was it. He had 2 chances, and he could have had both. He was on
Yeah.
the edge. And Turbo's out.
It looks pretty consistent, that finish now, not gonna lie. Seeing the line being taken that way, I'm like, oh, okay. That's exactly how you do it.
Yeah.
And if you've just like, sometimes you're lucky and you just figure out the little, like the finesse for it before others. And I think that is standing to people now at the top of the podium, especially. Jeez, 4 seconds below 130 is really funny. Sorry, I'm just reeling from that now. I was taking a second. I was taken aback.
You know who we haven't talked about yet?
Tell me.
Look at this. Look at what Yannick is doing. Oh god, what has Yannick just done?
Was that on purpose?
I think it was. I think Yannick might have found a random booster,
Just like,
and he's using it to do a skip, which is probably what allowed him to do that 126. I think we need to keep our eyes on him at the start next time around.
that is
because-
if he makes it back into contention, because he really shot himself in the foot. He's at 17th as of the last checkpoint, and he has not passed anyone out. But he's hot on Yogg's trail. More likely than we might think, folks.
Yeah, he's like Yogi Bear when he sees food, right?
Oh,
like
boo,
he's
boo.
Boo Boo! Get over here, Boo Boo! You got the food!
Only you can prevent forest fires, and that's Smokey the Bear, folks.
Did
Never
he get
mistake
replaced?
one bear for another. My kind will come for you, and we will nibble at your little ankles.
I'm pretty sure Smokey the Bear got replaced, I'm sorry to say.
Oh no!
Yeah, I think there's a new mascot.
An out.
Oh, look at that! Enix just got a 126.7 there, and Lars with a 127 of his own. A lot of 120 sub 130s this time around. Six
Yeah.
of them to be exact.
Oh, back with Neko Jim, our would-be GPSer. I think they were just the first person to activate the GPS.
Yeah.
We got
sure
a little wires crossed at the start there, folks. Don't you worry. And they finish.
And he steals it away from Yogg.
He steals it. He pips it.
Oh, that means we lost the Black Pulse, Novu, and Yogg. Poor Yogi Bear, man.
Those are names I
Nuts.
recognize as well. Even
Yeah,
as someone who's only dipped their toes into the, I suppose, Trackmania scene, I'm sorry to see Black Pulse and Yogg go.
Well, now it's mostly names that you have seen here, and obviously
Yeah.
we want to be on Yannick's this early on to see what happens. Obviously, you got to get really up close here to all this glitchy stuff. So yeah, oh, that's wonderful. I love this texture. It looks
You ever
amazing.
see that Tom Scott video on what happens when you put snow in a video? And
Yes.
why it's compressed to hell? That's
Yes.
exactly what's going on, folks. It's maybe just beyond production at this very moment, but that is
Right.
not their fault.
Let's see what happens if Yannick's comes in through here. No, Yannick's does not come in through here. Interesting. All right. Yannick's is once
Holy
again
moly.
on the back foot.
Okay.
A lot of players
Okay.
are on the back foot, actually. A lot of them. Wow, that's a lot of mistakes off the start there.
This must be the doing of an enemy stand. What is going on? Does everyone just did they all gentlemen's to some kind of okay, we'll do a bad one? You know when you're doing family photos, it's like, let's do a silly one. Is that what's going on here, folks?
Okay, but at that point, are the guys at the top all Joseph then, in that case?
Yeah, probably.
Right? They're all like complete asses, and they are not gentlemen whatsoever.
They're scamming their way forward. And you know what? Sometimes that's what you need to do to get a leg up in life.
Next,
It doesn't
you'll
make
say,
you noble,
let's take a look
but
here
it
at
does
Lingo.
make you a winner. And that's what you want to be today, folks.
Yes, Jack. Yes, I just did that. We need to finish season 2 together. As Lingo here, he's not looking so hot, but he's in the last spot. He's only behind by a couple seconds, and Nalax just had to reset. Oh no, he's all the way back here. That's Nalax done and dusted.
What's that, like 2 car lengths?
More like
That is
15 city
blue.
blocks, I would say.
looks like maybe it looks like that New York Marathon you were talking about earlier. Shout out
Yeah, I feel like Nalax is kind of like the duck. Yeah, Eliab Kipchoge is Lars right now, but Nalax is the duck.
Wow,
that's
a
the difference.
128. Oh my.
I mean,
We're
to be
seeing
fair, we've seen some
127s as well.
127s.
We've seen a few people. We've seen Lars break that. I think at the last run. We just weren't paying attention.
Let's see. First try? No.
Oh, they didn't. See, I get it. Go out on your own terms. Look cool. Cool guys don't look at explosions. But sometimes they trip over the laces, fall flat in their face, and, go
then
up in a
explode.
ball of flames. Yeah.
Oh, what's happened there to Enix? Well, the water. Oh, well, you gotta love water, man. I don't know if you love water, but that's why everyone
Drink
loves
it every
water.
day. I'm kind of addicted, and if I don't, I'll die. But, what you gonna do? I heard 100% of people who drink water also suffer a similar fate.
To be fair,
Remember
yeah,
JoJo?
I've never heard of a person who's not drank water who didn't die, Like,
Dihydrogen
if you drink
monoxide,
water, you
folks.
will die eventually.
Okay, and Enix really suffered with that, early clip. I think maybe they were also tempted by whatever trickery, whatever sorcery that, Yannick's was trying to tap into earlier. Sorry, the underwater section's really funny. It's like
really
in World War II movie or whatever, when they hit the beach of Normandy or whatever. And
Yeah,
they're all like, they're shell shocked. It's just like it goes complete silence, you know, a complete total like low pass on the volume, and then it's just like, and then you hear the screams and the roars of engines of these drivers just trying to test their mettle.
To me, that's more like Shawshank Redemption, you know, when they get out of the pipes.
The pipes at the end of the movie.
Yeah, towards the end of the movie. That's where I think of that, right? They get out of the pipes after being quiet the entire time during the escape, and they're like, oh, we're out.
Escape? What? Spoilers? What? No. Get busy swimming or get busy dying. That's what I'm saying. Amaterasu, are they going to sink? Are they going to swim? Oh, they might make it with the risky fin. Oh, it might be too little too late. Oh.
And Vans is through. Again, surviving on orange.
This is brutal.
How many times has Vans survived on orange so far? Like 3-4 times?
You shouldn't have said, oh, they're going out next round. Every time that's happened, every time someone's like, they've been holding on, it's like, yeah, there's a reason they're only at the qualifying line. They're not in the podium positions. Oh,
all right, well then let's talk about Lingo then. See, Lingo here, we've not talked about him whatsoever because he's just been too good to not be seen at the bottom, but he's also been too bad to not be at the top, right? And so this time around, he's just going to crash out right away, and so we're going to be able to see how bad he truly is.
Yeah,
and how much he needs to keep practicing.
He's that like really wanky anime rival protagonist villain type dude who like becomes a good guy later, and he's like hiding his true power by like staying quiet among the pack, but when time comes, he will strike viciously. But maybe it won't be enough to surmount the protagonist's plot armor. Okay, we have Marius, at the back, fighting for
Halasia.
Their life. Oh my good. Halasia at the back, yeah, but Marius taking this corner nicely. Do they get a good land? They get the turn early. They get in. They get a nice starting angle as well. And they're going, whoa, is this a breaststroke? This got to be a breaststroke to get that profile, that low prone position. That's got to, yeah. Michael Phelps looking ass. And the
man, but he doesn't have the suction cup, like, boils on him, though. That's the problem.
True. That turn, I think, might have been just on that checkpoint there. Was that checkpoint 6? Or was it maybe checkpoint 5? Yeah. Or 5?
4 to 5. That's checkpoint 5. So.
Yeah. Checkpoint 4,
there you go. See, I killed Lingo.
Oh, Hugh.
See what I've
done? It. My beautiful boy. My baby.
Mwah. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I am wonderful at this. This is my job. This is what I do for a living. Stop. And there's a reason why.
He's already dead.
And you know what's the worst part is that this guy's my countryman on top of that. He lives like 5 minutes away from me, and I just do this just to be mean.
Oh.
You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I caused this to happen 100%.
You did it to your own countrymen.
Someone's totally gonna clip this and just send it to him, and it's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna come to me and be like, Monas tabarnak, là, pourquoi tu m'as fait ça? And that's gonna be it. I know no one understood what I just said, but it's fine.
Oh, that was like Quebecois French, right?
Yeah, that was Quebecois French, yeah.
Yeah.
Not even the real Frenchman couldn't understand me. He's probably laughing his butt off.
Yeah, it sounded like almost more Germanic to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, people say that because the way the Quebec French sounds, right? When they sound angry especially, they sound like an angry German, right? Like the way they speak their words.
Yeah,
compared to the French where they just sound limp.
Yeah.
They kind of sound like how can I say this? Quebecers sound threatening. The French sound like limp dicks, if that makes sense.
They sound like Alex's internet.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, this might be the time that bands smokes their last bag of good weed. I'm just saying words at this point. Neck and neck, they're both together. Brothers in arms. The Frenchman. Will they survive? Will they not?
We will never know, sadly.
Zut alors. Oh, and that little jump from bands was dégoûtable, if I say so myself, in my best French accent. Tunics maybe in with a fighting shot, but unlikely at this point. Yeah,
wait,
like
Enix.
29, 43 car lengths? Who knows?
That's a lot of car lengths, man. Where do you
Wait,
even
did
get
Enix-
these numbers from?
Did Enix, like, shunt something? Or what happened? Did they bonk?
They
What the
bombed.
hell?
They're out. Enix is out.
Excuse me? With fries? How the?
Oh.
Now they're just doing some
Wicked.
fancy driving.
That is the wicked.
Mm.
Oh,
they
and
bonk
Enix
as
can't even
well.
finish, man. Another who tries to go out in a blaze of explosive glory, only to find himself in a puddle.
Trying to bust their last, and unfortunately, it ends up in a pile at their feet. Yeah, that's
Sadly,
right.
it's in
Be
November too, right?
dignified.
That's not when you wanna. That's not when you want to bust. Sadly.
Yeah. Go
It's
out
like
with
the
some
last
dignity,
month you wanna
folks. Don't try to look cool.
Yeah, exactly. Just do what everyone else does. No one's cool.
Actually, you know what? I'm not your dad. You can do what you want. I could be your dad, though. And be warned.
I mean, you sound old enough to be my dad.
Oh, that looks like one of those, like, sorry, just the start there. It looked like one of those, like, AI data bit crushed GIFs that just, like, morphs into something else. Like, it's someone, like,
Yes.
going to open their car with a key or something, and then it just, like, they take their hand back and there's a gun in their hand or something.
Call an
Jax,
ambulance.
no! Oh, like
Ugh.
this.
Only one elimination at this point, right?
Yeah,
gotta be
this
careful
is
now.
this is it. It
Is it? You
feels
think it's only 4 seconds?
yeah, I suppose, and we have seen people bring it back. We have seen like the little bumps and the mistakes go a long way, and I suppose maybe if you've been driving smoothly to this point and not needing to double reset or to like readjust, you might not have the presence of mind to do it fast enough when you hit a snag. So, you know, there's possibilities, but it's very much an outside chance. You can already see all other 5 cars already going the other direction. I think it might be... Never say never, but it's over. It's over. Oh,
You
no.
think so?
Oh, it's not over!
No. It's not over. This is not how it works. This is how it works, ladies and gentlemen. It is now very
It is
much
now
so over.
over.
C'est fini pour toi. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. On te
More
revoit la
like
semaine
Abianto, we'll
prochaine.
be seeing you all next time. Next week.
Of course. La semaine prochaine. As, wait, he
Oof
just
is-
oofed himself? Alright, he's
right.
got another try. Can't mess this one up.
yeah.
Okay, he did not mess this one up. Had he messed it up? Let's see. Would Tunix have been able to beat him? Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Whew. Alright,
Okay.
top 5.
We have no clue who just got... Oh, no, we do. I was going to make a joke that, like, ooh, we have no idea who that could have been. It could have been anyone. Maybe I was eliminated just now.
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, your JoJo's right. How is Lars still in? Wasn't he eliminated in like 30th place?
Aww.
Like, didn't he DNF? Like, really early on.
Halloween was 9 days ago, folks.
It
Do
was.
you know? Is there... Can you figure the secret out? Do you know what the trick was? Did you see it? A bear walked through the people passing the basketball and you just didn't notice. Okay.
I
set the
love
back.
these random pop culture references you can pull out of your ass. They're really great.
Thank you.
I love that I can get them as well. That I can understand them at least.
It helps when you're shooting in basketball to have a backboard.
It really does, doesn't it?
Well,
Lars?
if Jura
Might
Jojo
as
was
well
complaining
do
about Lars not being eliminated, I mean, maybe their wish is materializing. They're manifesting. Maybe they're going ska, and they have their Visco water bottle right beside them. Who knows? Is
Well, let-
Mercury in retrograde? Is today the day?
Is today the day? Well, let's see how viscous this water is. And, a little bit slow, but not the slowest, because ice cannot drive inside of water. That's
Yeah.
obvious, right? He just floats on
It
top of
floats.
water.
Yeah.
Obviously. Now, if Lars fails this finish, that'd be the funniest
my.
thing. Wait, everyone failed the finish.
They have a chance.
Wait a minute.
Everyone failed it? Marius?
What
did Marius-
Lars still
Jeez.
failed it!
And Lars failed it? Like,
It's all
here I
forgot.
was.
Uh,
I had assumed they had passed it while Ice and Marius were fighting it out, but then...
Lars could have literally won that round. despite his accident. Because everyone
Incredible.
failed it. That is funny. Well, you've got your wish.
The cream of the crop rises to the top, and it looks like we have our top 4, folks.
Yeah. Marius,
And-
Ice, Liker, and Yannick's. And Yannick's not doing any more risky strats, not doing anything with that reactor boost anymore. Do you think he can win this, despite the fact that he's not using the riskiest strat known to man anymore?
You know, this man fucked around and he didn't even find out. I'm so mad that he's still in it, but maybe he's just that guy. Maybe he's that dude, and maybe he deserves it more, you know? Maybe he just wants it more. Maybe his heart is bigger. I think, at this point, Ice, Yannick's, Marius, maybe even Liker, depending on how these finishes go. I think anyone can take it. I think this time, I will not be saying it's over, until that last car finishes the finish and crosses the finish line. But I think Yannick's with that 126 on the board to the right. I think it would be hard not to say that he'll be taking it home tonight. But they're so close. There's half a car. Oh.
And with this water, I mean, Liker takes it slow, but I think that's the right call too. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful from Liker, but he's still behind. It's very safe, and as long as everyone else just finishes here, we're all safe and sound, as everyone's gonna go for it. Everyone's got one chance. And 1, 2, 3, and oh wait, that's a mistake from Yannick's. Can Yannick's make it in the second time of asking? Yes, he can. Liker still
course.
can't, and neither can Marius. Marius tries for a third. He barely gets it. Liker has to try 4. Unlucky number 4, and he'll just give up.
Damn. It really do be like that sometimes.
So, Soro, how do you feel with Yannick's being able to beat what you thought would be the fastest time by 4 seconds? Like, nearly clean on the dot, 4 seconds.
The start
What
for
are-
Marius is so clean. Yannick's
Really
behind.
is.
Yannick's
behind a lot.
must find time somewhere ridiculous on this map, because, like, if he's this behind at the start, like,
Oh, well, he's already won. There you go. Just like that. I just gave it
Yeah.
to him.
yeah.
Easy as that. Yeah, we'll just give it to Yannick's. Yeah, why not?
Arrivederci, adios, slonla, salut. Well, salut is hello, eh, babe?
Yeah,
It's not over yet. It's not over till it's over.
Sayonara?
Moshi, pick up that goddamn phone. Do you know what it is?
Ooh, wait, look at how close this is. This whole fight here, it's right there. It's right in front of us.
That is the fight calling. You need to fight to the bitter end, the death. Oh, those microseconds, the little deviations in angle are all that matter in this little part of the race. Oh, and when we get to this checkpoint 5, it's a little more straightforward to the end.
Oh, it's so close, though. Look at this. Going down the water, and everyone's neck and neck. They are just a
Half
little
a
bit of
car
a train. How is
between
Ice in first at this point? This is gonna be really close as
Yeah,
Ice
was
comes
really
in.
far behind.
Everyone's got one shot. Ice
One opportunity.
fails, goes through. Yannick's doesn't make it. Marius doesn't make it. Marius has a second chance, and he doesn't make it in time. He'll clip. And Yannick stays in to the chagrin of Ice.
That was squeaky. That was squeaky. Oh my. Marius was there, but just didn't have the angle, didn't have the follow through with the momentum, and now it's down to our last 2 drivers with Ice and Yannick's. Is Yannick's playing with his food, or is he just struggling to keep up with the stress, the pressure of the situation when it comes to the death? Will he have the medal to take it home? He's so good. He's so fine off that boost turnaround, but that was Ice.
Yeah, Ice is... I mean, he's taking it quite risky as well, but Yannick's just isn't keeping up at the moment. I mean, still 1 minute left to this clock here. There is plenty of time for mistakes to be made, especially in this underwater section. It's so narrow, so small, and there it is. Ice with a small mistake, a small slowdown, and now Yannick's is just behind him, nibbling at his wheels.
Yeah, I think this is where we
Oh.
start to see one or other player clutch up, but maybe I was speaking too soon. I thought Yannick was about to say, "See ya, kid, nothing personnel," but Ice is holding on. He's got that rigor mortis set, and he is not afraid to die, for he is already dead. Not like this.
He's trying to get off the platform. That moving platform's been the death of so many people, and of course it kills Ice in the 1v1. Now watch Yannick not finish here, right? Like 2 times in a row being unable to finish. That's one.
Oh,
wait,
he reset.
Ice is there.
And Yannick just stunts on him. What can you do? That was seeing Yannick's, like, I think Yannick's second guessed themselves, right? I think at the end there they were like, "Who? Maybe I should go," because they exited the checkpoint with the angle as if they were like, "Oh, I'll go for the safe one," and they were like, "Nah," and then they double reset and was like, "Let me do it to him real style." And there you go.
Well, we have 3 different countrymen winning in this competition here today. Marius gets 3rd, Ice gets 2nd, and Yannick gets 1st. And Yannick once again with smooth strats. I mean, it didn't look pretty. I mean, a 135 to win it in the end there. 9 seconds behind his PB, but he still won. That's the important part.
9 seconds. Jeepers creepers, mister. I can't believe we did see that 126, and that must have been in rounds as well at some point, just while we were kind of weeding our way through the competition. And you know what? The cream of the crop rises to the top, and Yannick is your winner this week.
I mean, cream is slightly more buoyant than like water, right? So of course it will float towards the top.
And that's why it was such a contentious fight with Ice at the end. Who was more buoyant? Who could float better? You know
Ice does float pretty good on water, doesn't it? But does it float more than cream? I mean, I think
we have our answer. I think we have our answer.
I think we do have our answer. That is true, right? Especially heavy cream, right? Which has a lot more fat in it. Fat contents obviously do raise a lot as well. They're a lot more buoyant, so there you go.
Surfactants, you know, chemistry, there's more surface there. You know how it is, people. Stay knowledgeable.
That's why Yannick won.
Keep learning. And maybe you too could be next week's Mini RPG of the Week champion.
Hey, chat. QDC here. And that's the end of the competition. And that's going to be it for today. We're going to come back Wednesday next week for the next edition, episode number 5, season number 2, of Mini RPG of the Week. Anything you want to say before we go ahead, Drizzly?
I hate Nualaic. That guy, he's so bad. No, thanks for having me on the channel. Check us out, same place, on twitch.tv/Nualaic next week for Mini RPG of the Week, season 2, episode 5. Check me out on twitch.tv /DrizzlyBearTV. Find me on YouTube at youtube.com/@DrizzlyBear. I should have a YouTube video up during the week, but that's it from me, EDC. Anything from you? Anything you'd like to say to the people?
I don't really plug my stuff. I don't stream on Twitch. Last time I streamed was like in April, I think.
Right.
I just don't like streaming. Personally, that's just me though. Especially on a tiny dinky laptop. I mean, look at this. Beautiful camera right there, right? That's from the top of the laptop.
Whoa, you're shaking me inside of your laptop.
Yeah, exactly. Other than that, maybe a YouTube video a year. That's pretty good, right? A proper YouTube video a year, I should say, right? Not just like some random clip replay of me playing games that I just want to show to friends.
That is more than most people make on average, so.
Very true. Anyway, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you can watch the VOD if you just got here and missed out. We'll see you all next week.
Deuces.